Are you looking for the best gaming headsets? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best gaming headsets on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Audio-Technica ADH-M50X STS Stream Set. Almost every gaming headset I've had the pleasure of wearing has had a pretty poor quality microphone. They're mostly fine for game chats and yelling at your friends, but the second you want your voice to sound good they can get in the bin. Your average gamer probably doesn't mind too much and would definitely rather their headset delivers great sound and maybe forgoes the mic quality for a cheaper price. But there's a reason most streamers, podcasters, and content creators of many stripes will have a dedicated desk mic for those higher quality recordings. Even our absolute favorite gaming headsets fail to go toe-to-toe with an okay quality desktop microphone. Audio-Technica's new ADH-M50X STS Stream Set headset says hell no to that, spend all that money on me instead. The ADH-M50X STS Stream Set isn't exactly a budget headset, but in no way is that the aim. It's absolutely a high-end closed-back headset. Listening to music is a lovely experience in the ADH-M50X STS, which I kind of expect for an Audio-Technica headset. These are essentially a rebuild of the ADH-M50X, so they're brimming with that good sound DNA. It's well balanced with little details shining through in songs. A little bass heavy in the way that all headsets tend to be, but it's fairly mild and the bright treble and warm tones are lovely to be immersed in. The outer housing for the stream set is pretty minimal as the whole thing only offers one button, a presseable scroll wheel. All it does is turns off the monitor mode and adjusts specifically the volume so you can monitor your own voice to your headset. Monitor mode can be pretty off-putting, but I noticed myself using it far more with this headset than normal, allowing me to get a good feel for what my voice sounds like. Number 2. Beyerdynamic DT900 Pro X. The very same qualities that make the Beyerdynamic DT900 Pro X perfect for long hours of critical listening, mixing, and mastering of audio are great for gaming. And you get everything needed in a set of headphones. These are extremely well-built headphones with a level of comfort that is hard to beat. Forget even lambskin leather, these pads wrap your ears with heavenly comfort. The huge circular velour pads completely cover the ears and fellow bespectacled gamers won't face any discomfort either. I don't know how long they'll last, but thankfully, they are replaceable. The spring steel headband has memory foam padding and keeps those muffs well clamped to your head, which gives the excellent sound seal despite the open back nature. While you can hear your environment, it's not as transparent as something like my Drop PC38X. Initially, the clamping force was way too strong that I couldn't comfortably wear them for longer than an hour. I had to manually stretch them out over a few days and now they're perfect for me. Beyerdynamic includes 2 different cable lengths cables, 3M and a shorter 1.8M for console gamepads, Nintendo Switch, or other portable devices. These cables didn't make any noise, which was something that was present on the MMX100. The low power requirement of 48 ohms allows you to use the DT900 Pro X on almost anything without needing an amplifier too. As an open-back style headset, the DT900 Pro X surprised me with how punchy the audio is, unlike the somewhat anemic, airy audio I've experienced in other open backs. The stellar .45 driver employed here is perfectly tuned for a flat profile that slaps whatever you're listening to. From classical sonnets to Snoop Dogg bass hits, nothing sounded bad. Forget your typical bloated gamer bass. The DT900 Pro X is almost surgical in precision, allowing me to hear layers of bass that hits just right without ever dominating and muddying the equally sharp highs. Beyer really wasn't kidding when they said these cans are for critical listening. You hear everything. I've only recently started playing the exceptional Ghost of Tsushima, and these headphones bring the game world to life in a way that's just hard to describe. Being open-back, the audio has room to breathe, giving it a more natural sound that has you stopping to check if what you're hearing is in the game or the real world. Listening to the sounds of rushing streams, birds chirping, and oh boy, the guiding winds blowing through the gorgeous forests and fields truly made me feel like I was in the world. Number 3. HyperX Cloud Alpha Wireless. The HyperX Cloud Alpha is perhaps the most praised thing to exist on this site. We all love it on the team, and now HyperX has cut the cord on its best pair of cans. The biggest drawcard for this headset is the new huge battery. You're looking at up to 300 hours of battery life in wireless mode while still keeping the headset relatively light and comfortable. It's a pretty massive feat, and I feel HyperX has pulled it off. Out of the box, this unit was reporting having about 80% charge, so I decided to leave it there to see how well that held. I spent a workday listening to music and checked the battery again. I swear it still said 80%. I have been using this thing for gaming and music listening pretty consistently for the past week, and we aren't even at 50% battery yet. That impressive battery life is, of course, a best-case scenario. A lot of that has to do with the volume you're running the headset at, and volume is probably my only real complaint. It's absolutely loud enough, but I can listen to it at full volume and still be fairly comfortable. Number 4. Corsair HS55 Stereo. Considering its budget-friendly price tag, Corsair's HS55 delivers an impressive package of quality audio, a handy microphone, and a good build quality. Not often will you find such a well-rounded headset going for so little. The HS55 headset is much comfier than Corsair's previous budget models. The plush ear cups on the HS55 make for a stark comparison to the HS50's stiff and unbudging foam. The HS55 is also lighter, at 284g, which has a big impact on comfort over long periods. I wore this pair for the better part of a week, 8 hours a day, and I didn't feel the urge to throw them off at any point. They can be a little sweaty on hot days due to the leatherette material they're covered in, but that's a pretty common drawback among gaming headsets in this price range. The biggest shake-up is the microphone arm, which is now attached permanently to the HS55's left ear cup and can be flipped up and out of the way if no longer needed. This is definitely an improvement over the previous HS50, which had a removable mic via 3.5mm jack. Don't judge me, but I've lost my fair share of headset microphones in my career, but I'm not a huge fan of leaving the mic in front of my face all day when it's not in use. A flip-up mic is a much better option, so glad to see one make the cut with the HS55. The microphone sounds great anyways, and that's what really counts here. I'm really impressed with just how clear the HS55's microphone is. The subtle tones and nuance of my voice's luscious timbre, in my opinion, come through accurately in testing, which you can listen to below. There's a surprising level of clarity in this mic, even in the lower ranges, and it's a really great solution for a budget headset. This is a 3.5mm wired headset, however, so just bear in mind that both the microphone and audio quality could be adversely affected by your motherboard's DAC/amp or whatever sound card/external device you plug it into. It shouldn't make a huge difference nowadays. Even the cheapest motherboards have relatively decent audio, but worth sparing a thought for your holistic audio setup. You're getting a comfier and lighter headset in the HS55 over the HS50, and ultimately I feel it's worth the slight price bump for those improvements. The HS55 feels a little cheaper than the HS50, however, with more of a plasticky feel to it. Thankfully it still feels robust and is clearly well put together nonetheless. Number 5. Razer Blackshark V2. Dethroning the HyperX Cloud Alpha from the top spot was no easy feat. Razer's Blackshark V2 gaming headset manages to do just that by offering killer audio quality, great price, and easy-to-use software. From the moment Razer first started talking about the Blackshark V2, it was clear this was main focus of the headset, and the design of the drivers themselves is effectively doing what the impressive Cloud Alphas do. The 50mm Triforce titanium drivers are designed with discrete ports to separate bass, mid, treble tones from interfering with each other. The result is a richer sound than a standard set and keeps it on par with HyperX's 50mm dual-chamber neodymium driver headset. They're like a tribute to HyperX's own design and no worse for it. And it gives a level or aural clarity to the Blackshark V2 that makes me doubly surprised to hear it from a headset that costs under $100. If I'm being very picky, I'd maybe say that I can hear a little more separation of the higher frequencies with the HyperX Cloud Alpha, mostly when the THX software is enabled, but there is a richness to the mids and some velvety bass notes that you only get with the Blackshark V2. For me, the sound is one of the standout features of the Blackshark V2 and is far and above what you will get with most other sets in this price point. I'm also a big fan of the restrained design of the headset, and I've found them comfortable enough to wear for marathon gaming sessions. I'm a teeny bit of an audio snob, sporting an obsession with Tidal's max quality FLAC files, and I don't quite have the words to express the slap-bass joy of Rage Against the Machine's Take the Power Back when played loud on really good audio equipment. My usual headphones are the Audi's LCD3, a particularly lovely open-back pair of Kin's rocking planar magnetic drivers. They're great for music and gaming, but those advanced drivers make them expensive. The Blackshark V2 may not quite have the glorious clarity of a well-worn planar magnetic set, but the tonal quality of the Triforce drivers, surprisingly with the THX software in music mode, makes for a fantastic experience.